Okay, back to timeline design. Sorry about that. So we have our line created, and then next you need to think of like what points you want to do. This might take a little bit of research. You'll probably have to get some solid dates. Once you have like your starting date, you'll put that in here. I'm going to use the line tool again. I'm going to make this one thinner. And then you'll just start plugging in information. So maybe this is my start date. I'm going to make up some stuff here. August 1st, 1962. I want the city of size 10 so it doesn't take up too much room, and I need it to be in one of my main fonts, so I'm going with Baskerville. So I have my date up here, and then I'm going to copy and paste that. Using those quick keys is going to save you a lot of time, so make sure you're copying and pasting things. You're using Command Z to undo. Anyways, I'll type in my information, what actually happened here, blah, 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 on this date, blah, blah, blah. And you can, let's see, so we've got this one done. I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to copy and paste them all at once. So I can put my next date here, and I'll put my next date here. Oops. Make sure with timelines, you've got to think about like the actual spacing. So I don't want to jump from August 1st, 1962 to like 2001, and then I'm in 2002 when they're all spaced the same way apart, so that like just mentally that doesn't make sense. The jump here is not equal to the 1 year jump here, right? So make sure you're spacing those all out evenly. So this would actually go like right over here. And you see how they're obviously on top of each other. You can move this one up and then maybe move the information down, something like that, where we can spread stuff out a little bit and give it some breathing room. Maybe we even make this shorter. There we go. And remember, if you hold shift, you can get a bigger jump with your keys instead of just pressing a million times. All right, so that's the basics of how to make your timeline. You can definitely make it look cuter than that. You can change the colors. You could, let's use a circle. If you hold shift, you'll get a perfect circle. So I'm gonna draw a circle here. I'm gonna fill that circle with one of my colors. And then I have this cute little dot that I can replicate, and it'll show on my timeline what happens. You also have the option, I mean, it's really how you design it. You don't have to have this bar coming down. You could just have little ticks going up like that. It's really however you want it to look. Just make sure that your timeline's spaced out in a way that makes sense, and that you have your dates and then whatever happened in those as well. Like I might even move this one over here. There we go, that looks cleaner. You want to be able to tell them apart. All right, so your goal today is to trying to design 3 different mods, 3 different alternative story forms. They don't have to be a fast facts, a photo poll, and a timeline. I will say photo polls are probably the most common type that we'll see, especially with scholastic journalism. So dealing with the newspaper and the yearbook, we do a lot of photo polls. Fast facts can look a lot cooler than this. You don't have to number them 1, 2, 3. You could have something like 20 and then say the number of times Pluto got put back and forth between being a planet and not. Like you can have actual numbers here, and we'll see that a lot too. So look at your magazines for some design inspiration, try and get creative, but make sure you're keeping up with this design. So you're using this for our headlines, you're using these bars because we want everything to look kind of similar. All right.